Natasha, Sam, good morning. Miss May, and Jeff, hello. And this stream is the teaching stream, where I give collective messages. Personal readings are done on donation. And everything here celebrates nature, trees, flowers, nature or elemental spirits. We spend so much time indoors on technology. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Oracle of the Roses? Spirit, what message do you have for us from the Oracle of the Roses? Very good. Yes, I do a free tarot reading at the end of this stream. I'm using 8 Oracle cards for the free Oracle card readings. And good morning, Maya. Sar, how are you? Oh, and today we have number 26, the Ruler, an old garden rose. The Ruler. Additional powers and an increase in resources is indicated, and you could be asked to step up in a leadership position or take care of something for others. Also, take time to acknowledge the successes, good works, and the strengths in yourself and others, as this will lead into something you need at the moment. Let me turn the background music. Here we go. Let me start over. Additional powers and an increase in resources is indicated, and you could be asked to step up in a leadership position or take care of something for others. Also, take time to acknowledge the successes, good works, and the strengths in yourself and others, as this will lead into something you need at the moment. The ruler has the ability to lead and the character to inspire others. But a good leader who has a content soul and is living their best life does not do so with domination or competition. The ruler is one with the people, missions, and heart of those they are entrusted with. And the ethnobotanical archetype exploration for this card asks you, what are you proud of? Botanical notes. This rose has a complicated past, and though perhaps occurring naturally early on, it was first bred by M. Suchet, a gardener under the direction of Count Jean-Baptiste Lalore in France in 1812. The name Rose de Roy is a tribute to Louis XVIII. This rose will reach a height of around 3 feet and requires full sun while being frost tolerant. Soil must be rich and free draining, and is better if kept acid neutral. Letting the top couple of inches dry out between watering is preferable, and it flowers from midsummer to early autumn. And the plant energies associated with this rose are strength, leadership, empathy, decisions, and power. It works with the deities Zeus, Odin, Vishnu, Durga, and Hera, and the zodiac sign Leo. And next we have the Flowers Oracle by Antonella Castelli. So our first message from Spirit is the Ruler. It's also very much in harmony with the last stream, which was actually a couple days ago. But our leadership, how are we leading others? And if you're in a situation right now where you're not in a position of leadership, This message could mean that you are about to move up. You're about to be put in a position where you're tasked with more authority. And how do you use your authority over others? That can even apply to parents in the home, right? How do you handle your authority over your children? How do you lead or rule in your home? Now, this deck works in conjunction with the Bach Flower Remedies. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Flowers Oracle? What message do you have today from the Flowers Oracle? And our message is right here. Hello, Chaos. How are you doing? And we have Olive, number 23. And this is Olive. Put that up. Oh, sorry about Nightbot. You will find new energies by resolving the conflict that exhausts you. Recharge your batteries. You have faced difficult trials, and now it is time for restful peace. Strength will once again flow in you. Well, Nightbot is a bot. I don't think Nightbot called you a bot. Nightbot's the bot. But yeah, Nightbot is very picky. I think their setting only allows like 3 emojis. I thought I changed it, but maybe I didn't. So Olive, that could also represent having olive oil today. You know, eating olives as well. But mostly it is about knowing that the trials you are facing, you are moving past them. It's time for rest and healing, and your strength returns. I wonder why that's so blurry. Let me try that again. Okay. Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay, artwork by Ginger Kelly. And thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Oracle of the Fairies? What message do you have for us from the Oracle of the Fairies? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Oracle of the Fairies? And our message is right here. And we have life energy. Life energy. Chaos, that's 25. The happy fairy of sunshine bring lots of life energy. Okay, so we have brings lots of life-giving energy. Both messages today is about challenges, being put in leadership position, and getting our strength back, getting our life energy back. So I can already see Spirit's message coming through. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. This strongly resonates with me because Spirit has been doing some deep healing on me for things I didn't even know needed healing the past couple days. The fairy of sunshine comes with an abundance of life-giving light and energy. Perhaps you've been feeling shy or lacking in confidence. If so, this golden fairy says it's your time to shine. Sometimes we hide our light for fear of being seen and feeling vulnerable. This is quite normal, but it serves us neither spiritually nor physically. Light also exposes any issues lurking in the shadows that need to be healed and released, allowing this process to happen. Once these issues are revealed, there is no need to dwell upon them anymore. Recognize and reveal them and move on. This process is essential for spiritual growth. Radiating our natural light makes us feel good, and it can inspire others to shine their inner light too. Maybe the fairy of sunshine is saying you need to get more vitamin D from sunlight. Perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location is just what the fairy of sunshine ordered. She may also be telling you that if someone feels like a ray of sunshine in your life, keep them close. Or she may be calling you to be a ray of sunshine in someone else's life. Sunlight is healing, but too much of it can be harmful. So on a practical level, be sensible when you sunbathe and use sun protection made from naturally, ideally organic ingredients to protect your skin. Life energy. So we're seeing a lot of renewal, healing. Also being in a position where you're either inspiring people, they're looking up to you. Lovely messages coming through. Now we're moving on to the Goddess Power Oracle. And thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Goddess Power Oracle deck? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Goddess Power Oracle? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Goddess Power Oracle? And we're right here. And we have Freya, and it's upright, which means it is an empowerment message. Number 15, and this is radical acceptance. I want to move into some of my Celtic music real quick. Radical acceptance. When you see life as a battleground, you lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you be in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum in the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Just want to interject again, this is the third time rest and recuperation and healing is coming through this morning. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight at all. If you take full stock of your conditions, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded, and most powerful when you remember this is the strategy the goddess Freya offers you in support. And I would say that is finding peace in the battle, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what you're personally fighting, but taking that time in the midst of the battle to focus on yourself, to nourish yourself. So let's just do a quick recap before we go on. And good morning, Sharmila. How are you? So we have the ruler. We have a lot about being strong, being powerful, being put in a position of authority or leadership, and handling that wisely. We had number 23, we have Olive, which was talking about finding our strength again, but resting, recuperating, whatever it is we've been going through. That message comes through again with our life energy, which was a fairy of sunshine, and being willing to open up and look into some areas in the shadows of ourselves that need healing, but also to just embrace our life energy, our life force. And with radical acceptance, we have this goddess of war who's saying that even in the midst of the war, she stopped to take care of others, to bring healing to them. And by doing so, that is how we find our internal strength to let our lives, flow, and knowing that there's peace no matter where we are. Okay, next we are on our Angels and Ancestors, one of my favorite decks by Kyle Gray, the Angel Reader. I just love this picture so much. That card itself is just so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Angels and the Ancestors deck? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from Angels and Ancestors? Oh, okay, Chaos. I'll do this one and then we'll do your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Angels and Ancestors deck? What message do you have for us? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today? And our message is right here. And we have Druid, hold the space. Druid, hold the space. That imagery. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. The Druids were the ancient wise ones of the British Isles. They had a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Okay, So I am on a donation reading for Chaos, and I'm going to put that up here. Hello, yes, sir. All questions during this stream are on a donation basis. I'm going to clear my Gilded Tarot. Well, Chaos, phone calls are $50. It's a different price here and on the phone. I take it you have some personal information or something. Yeah, the phone readings are $50. Do you know what I just realized? I didn't update my banner up here. It says if you make a donation, don't want to wait, we can do your reading by phone, email, or text. So because I have not edited that, we can do your reading by phone. Are you home? Because that would actually mean that like I'm ending my teaching stream to do the phone call. Like, can you wait till this stream is over for us to do a phone reading? Let me see, I just updated that. What do you want to do, Chaos? I was wondering though, do you have like another hour? You're going to be around in like another hour or so, and that we could do a phone reading if you want to talk on the phone. That actually sounds more paranormal than somebody actually breaking in and taking something. Do you have any suspicion that you could be having paranormal activity in your home? If you're like electricity's going off and then all of a sudden some things are missing or moving around, that could actually be paranormal. You might not have somebody breaking in. Okay, what do you want to ask? Do you want to just find out what's going on? Because I'm not convinced now that someone's breaking in and stealing things. I had some experiences with entities coming in my home, moving some things around. Okay, well, let's just do a Celtic cross and see what Spirit says is going on in your home, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What is going on in Chaos's home? Is this a paranormal event? Is somebody breaking in and stealing things? Or is Chaos misplacing things? Yeah, that can be paranormal as well, Chaos. Thank you, Spirit. What is going on in Chaos's home? Although I do remember our previous reading, and I saw the safe. I saw the connection to the presidents. Saw a very important letter. So I do know that there's like real tangible stuff here going on as well. But I also think this could be paranormal as well. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What is going on in Chaos's home? Especially since you said they're personal items that went missing. You said they were Christmas ornaments. Was that it? Thank you. Do those ornaments, the decorations, have any connection to any family member who's in spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What is going on in Chaos's home? Why are these things disappearing? Is she being robbed? Is this paranormal? Is she misplacing things? Thank you, Spirit. What is going on? Can the first two cards represent your question? No, Prene, there are. Okay, so we have Ace of Wands, and this represents your question. What is going on? Ace of Wands and Eight of Pentacles. So we see some new beginnings here, as well as Eight of Pentacles, hard work. Let's see. It's awfully blurry. Hey, wait 1 sec so I can adjust my camera because this is way too blurry. Okay. Baking items, bakeware, cake, expensive. Yeah, that is strange. Oh, I think that's too low. Try about here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take the on donations down. So you don't think one of your kids came over and did this? Holiday bakeware, very interesting. Now, this Eight of Pentacles can actually be speaking about you, that maybe you're overworked and maybe you've been working too hard. This could actually be moving in line that that you're misplacing things, but we'll keep looking. Have you been overly worked lately, though? Have you been working extremely hard? Are you overstressed? Okay, but let's go and see what our goal here. Family restoration is what we're looking at here for a goal. That's very interesting. The Four of Wands. Also, there's an element of a little bit of enjoying what you have. And that's what I was saying, like, is there any connection to family members with this? But the goal here is like a celebration, almost like breaking free of bonds, being excited. So let's really get into our obstacle to see what's going on. Okay, our obstacle here is the Empress. Do you think your mom had something to do with this? Tell me right now if you think your mom had something to do with this, because the obstacle is the Empress. But actually, it doesn't act. So you do think it has to do with your mom? Because the Empress could represent some other things. But your initial suspicion was your mom was behind this? I guess things didn't really work out well between you two. Okay, let me see what's also around this. 8 of Cups. What's also around this is it's time for you to move on. Weren't you thinking about moving? Okay. Well, yeah, I think you're right about that. Okay, we have a lot about you moving. Okay, you need to move, Chaos. Yeah. I was really looking for other possibilities. I was looking at maybe you're overworked and you misplaced it. Maybe it's paranormal activity, because that is actually a possibility. But we're like right back at mom. But again, what's around here is it is time for you to move. Okay, our 8 of Cups here is time for you to say, some of these relationships are gone. They cannot be salvaged. With this card, we have 5 cups standing and 3 cups lost. You got to figure something out, Chaos. We have the Chariot here. You've got to move forward. You've got to figure this out. Okay, now your immediate response to this is Knight of Swords. So Spirit does want you to take action here. What action do you already have a plan in mind, something you've been considering about taking action? Because whatever you've been thinking about, it does look like Spirit is saying, if you don't have the perfect solution, to find somebody who can help you, somebody, legal, somebody that you respect, and definitely take action. And long-term strategy is to end this. Still, there's much more here about you moving. So keep praying for a better job. Yeah, that is our out here. Also, I want to point out that we had the 8. 8 is in numerology represents overcoming obstacles. So to reflect your question, we have the 8 of Pentacles, but your long-term strategy is 8 of Wands, which is really like getting a conclusion, bringing something to an end, firing your wands and having them land and strike. So keep setting your intention, keep focusing on your plan, and eventually in the long term, it will happen. Your approach to handling this is judgment, which I believe there are some legal things that you need to be doing. I would say with your Knight of Swords to, go legal. But I know you're already dealing with some legal aspects here. Now let's look at your outcome. Yeah, outcome, 3 of Wands. Outcome is you are going to be moving. You are. just hang in there. But I would say at this point, you need to take in this energy of the Knight of Swords, because Spirit is saying you immediately need to be this Knight of Sword. You need to use your mind, your power, your strength, and do what you can. And even with that sword, it's like, you're not going to sit back and just let this stuff happen. We have the wisdom of the eagle saying, take a higher view, take a higher perspective. It's like this eagle is looking over the whole situation from above. So you want to set your mind above, but you want to move in power. You also want to move quickly, bringing your truth, your justice to the situation. And because your approach is the Judgment card, I do feel that there's some sort of legal aspect here that you need to be taking. Let me know if that resonates with you. But I didn't want it to be like this is really happening. But our obstacle here is the Empress. It does? Okay. Do you want to ask one more thing? I'm going to clear these and charge them again. But if you want to throw one more question in there, you can before I go back. Okay, let me see. Did your mom have anything to do with purchasing those? I thought your mom lived far away from you. How close does your mom live to you? I thought your mom was in a different state. She does live in another state. Okay. So you want to know if you'll have a problem getting your items back from your mom. Okay, let's see. And again, the first two cards represent the question. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Will Chaos have a hard time getting her items back from her mom? Will Chaos have a hard time getting her items back from her mom? We're right here. Okay. Again, the first two cards represent your question. We have Justice. There's a lot here. In both readings, even representing your question, we have Justice. A lot of things here speak about, look at this, Queen of Swords. And the other one, we had the Knight of Swords and Judgment. You getting your stuff back, we have Justice and the Queen of Swords. which basically, very self-explanatory. You want what's right, you want what's yours, you want what's fair, and you are using your power, your sword. How do you get it? Okay, our goal here, Knight of Pentacles, makes much sense. Also, I'm seeing a little bit here about your inheritance too as well. Our goal here, again, both readings feature a lot of nights about you taking action legally, taking action to get what's yours. Here we see that you're taking action to get these material things. But now let's look at our obstacle. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a yes again. Wow. Mom just showed up in 2 different readings. I just shuffled and cleared this deck and charged it, and your mom showed up again. Okay, let's see what's around this. Wow. 10 of Swords. This relationship is very, very bad. Oh my gosh. And the Tower. Has something happened with your mom since our last the last time we did a reading? Because then it was very, very positive. Like there was all this restoration. What happened? Oh wow. Okay, your immediate response is a Hermit. I wouldn't even try and get your stuff right away. The Hermit, you need to spend some time in deep thought, meditation, reflection. Again, in our previous reading, there was a lot of getting to a lawyer. Your long term is the Hierophant. Was somebody a Taurus? She's been audited by the IRS for fraud. Yeah, I wouldn't go home. Absolutely not. Okay, and then your approach is the Moon. Your approach is you just have to wait because you're not sure what's going to happen. But look at how these major arcanas just popped in here. Your immediate response is the Hermit, to just stay within. Isolate yourself. Your cousin is a Taurus? Okay. And then our long-term goal, though, is the Hierophant. So I would say in this situation, just keep having faith in spirit that things are going to work out. But your approach to this is to be very, very cautious. That you don't know what's going to happen, and you just need to stay to yourself and protect yourself. And our outcome here, oh my gosh, is Temperance. But it's balance and caution. And of course, that does represent Sagittarius energy. But I would say, because that is our outcome, you just have to stay to yourself. Okay, just stay to yourself. Do what you need to do. And protect yourself and just be very cautious. Don't lower your guard. I am very shocked, though, that the Empress came in as the obstacle both times. I was even, are you overworked? Are you stressed? Are you misplacing things? Do you have a spirit in your home? And both times it was the Empress. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Chaos. I would definitely take a step back. Heed that warning of the Hermit. And just distance yourself. You need to be in Hermit mode, okay? I hope that helped you. And thank you for your donation. But definitely stay away. But keep on the plan with moving, because what was around you was the 8 of Cups and the Chariot. So you do need to move, and it will happen. You just need to be patient and wait. But that energy that we saw before of like restoration and healing, that seems to be long gone. Well, that could be why you need to, either remember that Queen of Swords, that Knight of Swords, that Knight of Pentacles. So you just don't want to rush in and do things. There's a lot here of, it looked like speaking to a lawyer. Okay. I'm going to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck? What message do you have for us from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck? And our message is right here. If it's upright, it is an oracle message. If it is reversed, it needs to be, it is upright. It is Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Let me zoom out. That's a little, that's right, I lowered it. Raise this up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Bobcat Spirit, number 8. Love those eyes. Life is a mystery. So what I really like is how Spirit can just keep the theme going, even taking a break. So a little recap, we have the ruler. The ruler, which was all about making sure that we're ruling in love with compassion and empathy. Olive was talking about taking a rest for healing and being assured that we will get our strength back. We had the Sunshine Fairy came through with life energy with another similar message of taking time to let your light shine, to reveal anything in the shadows that needs healing, and also that promise of restoration and healing and getting your life force back. Freya brought us the message of radical acceptance, no matter what dramas you find yourself in, to know that there's peace in the middle of the storm. It kind of furthered on that ruler message of having that compassion, that even during battle, Freya did not lose sight of her heart and compassion for others, and she cared for those. And also an assurance that you are strong and you will overcome. Druid told us to hold the space. I might need a refresher because I can't remember that one too well now. I'm going to reread Druid. Forgot Druid's message. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Okay. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it is time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Okay. And now we are on Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. I'm going to change my music again real quick. Okay. And it was upright. The bobcat moves furtively and mysteriously, and when Bobcat Spirit appears to you, she brings a powerful reminder that not all things in life can be explained or understood through the power of the intellect. Trying to figure things out, find logical explanations, or predict what will happen based on reason and facts will not provide you with the certainty and comfort you seek. Bobcat asks you to trust in the great mystery and that the secrets of the universe. Oh, sorry about that. Time for my meds. I take heart medication for my poor, weak heart. Let me start over. The bobcat moves furtively and mysteriously, and when Bobcat Spirit appears to you, she brings a powerful reminder that not all things in life can be explained or understood through the power of the intellect. Trying to figure things out, find logical explanations, or predict what will happen based on reason and facts will not provide you with the certainty and comfort you seek. Bobcat asks you to trust in the great mystery and let the secrets of the universe reveal themselves to you through direct experience. Allow your vision to slip into soft focus, and you will see between the lines and observe what has been hidden there all along. Bobcat Spirit helps you know intimately the pulse of the divine in the world. Trust in the wisdom and revelations that come to you, yet know that understanding may not come as you would like it to. What you experience through your heart and intuition, which comes to you as the voice of your inner knowing, will guide you now as you accept that secrecy is woven into the fabric of existence. No matter what, the appearance of Bobcat Spirit is a sign that you are being called to trust, even when what is revealed does not agree with your need for intellectual certainty. Wow, that is interesting. Bobcat Spirit. Trust in the divine. You don't need to know everything that's happened. Give me 1 second while I take my heart medication. Okay. Celtic Tree Oracle. Like we read earlier, the Druids created the Ogham alphabet based on trees, the language of trees. And this deck works with the Celtic trees and the Ogham alphabet. And thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Celtic Tree Oracle? What message do you have for us from the Celtic Tree Oracle? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And we're right here. And this card is upright, and it is the Sail Willow. Sail Willow. And I absolutely love willow, so we will do some extra teaching on willow, one of the most magical trees. Hello, Pranay. This is a free oracle and teaching stream. Oh, that's a good point, Chaos. That could be what all the warning is, you know. This is a free oracle and oracle readings and teaching. And at the end of this stream, I do a free 5-card tarot reading for the collective. If you would like a personal question, that is on a donation basis. But the fact that I'm up here drawing 8 oracle cards and giving readings is technically a free reading. I love how everybody's like, are you going to do a free reading? It's like, I've been here for over an hour shuffling cards and pulling them. That's a free reading. No, so Pranay, you can't post a question unless you want to make a donation. Like, I don't know, people they don't understand. This is a free reading. Do you see the card? I just pulled a card for you. It's called the Sail Willow. And you can start the stream over from the very beginning and watch it, because I pulled all these cards today for free. I'm going to go over and show you. So this was a free reading from the Oracle of the Roses, the Ruler, and this card, Olive, and this card from the Fairies Oracle deck, Life Energy, and this card from the Angels and Ancestors deck. And I pulled them all for free. And this card, Freya, Goddess, and this card, Bobcat Spirit. And now I pulled this card. And then after I read this message, I'm going to do the teaching on the willow. Chaos, did you have any experience with your willow tree replanting itself, or planting any of the cut branches or fallen branches and seeing new trees grow? I want a willow tree so desperately. I'm going to have to get one. But if you would like a personal reading, that's on a donation basis. And you can see Nightbot is putting all that information in the chat, and the prices are running along the stream. Now I do another type of stream that won't have teaching in the title, and it'll just say free messages from Spirit. But even on those, I don't take questions for free. Okay, Sail Willow. The Northern Hemisphere dates are January 24th to February 20th. Southern Hemisphere dates are July 24th to August 20th. The totems are bee, shared with gorse, heather, and honeysuckle, and the dove. The deities and guides are Bridget, the maiden aspect of the goddess, the letter S, and that's coming from the Ogham alphabet. Oh, chaos. Class Peasant, fourth lunation, and the celebrations are in bulk from February the 1st to the 2nd to August 1st and 2nd. And the keywords associated here are the feminine principle, cooperation, fertility, intuition, the moon and her cycles, water, emotion, creativity, and community. The Sal willow initiates in the fourth lunation of the year. This tree represents the feminine principle and is associated with the celebration of Imbolc and Candlemas. This is a period of the quickening of the creative principle and the element of fire. We celebrate the magic that sparks the seed deep within the earth to begin to grow. The teaching of this is about enriching our community, cooperating with others, and learning to share power and resources with others. And I just want to say here is that synchronicity, because that is what came through today with the ruler. It was about your strength and your power and not lording your authority over others, but having compassion, having empathy. It also came through with our goddess Freya, the Norse goddess of war, who during battle stopped to take care and help those who were wounded. And now it's coming through again. The teaching of this is about enriching our community, cooperating with others, and learning to share power and resources with others. Willow teaches us to embrace our emotions and to express them. She encourages peace and harmony with others in the natural world. She supports our dream life. Many wonderful plans and ideas come to us in this way. The Ogham for this tree is Sal, and the letter is S. When you draw willow, you can expect a meeting with the mysteries, the power of enchantment, magic, and the moon. And I just want to show again our synchronicity here. Life is a mystery. You can expect a meeting with the mysteries, the power of enchantment, magic, and the moon. You can expect to have a psychic or intuitive encounter. Dreams and synchronicities are important. Pay attention to your own intuition. Meditation and contemplation time is important. Make some personal time for quiet reflection. Ask yourself where you are in the cycle of things. If you are wondering about a creative endeavor, you can expect a visitation from the muse. I want to reiterate a lot's coming through today about our creativity. So if you, even though we're in Mercury retrograde, if you've been feeling about some creative projects, Spirit is basically saying, yes, go ahead with your creativity, even during this time. Oh, that might be why this is coming in. You may also feel moodier than usual. This could be our Mercury retrograde. If this is an emotional time, remember that it is okay to cry. Tears are healing. They release pent-up feelings. Allow even negative feelings to arise. Express them and let them go, as they have no power over you unless you ignore them or stifle them. Willow has everything to do with the feminine energy. This card may come up when you're going through issues that have to do with sexuality, fertility, reproduction, birthing, or mothering. You may need the physical support of friends, family, and your community as you move through these issues in your life. Be willing to ask for help if you're going through grief or loss associated with these themes. Willow offers you healing. Willow encourages you to do something creative. Draw, sing, dance, or write a poem. Leave the critical part of your thinking aside and just allow the expression. Enjoy it. She asks you to partake in your community too, to be receptive, to participate in a cooperative endeavor. Also, women are important to your process now. Don't forget to support your own feminine side as well. And here is our message from the Sal willow. I am the majestic sal willow. I am a tree that supports you in honoring your feelings. When you are having an emotional moment, be kind to yourself. Treat all of your emotions with kindness. Once they have your attention, they will diminish. That is all they want. Your unconditional love and attention is everything. In this way, you are acting like the perfect mother to yourself. The feminine principle is about love, kindness, care, appreciation, and calming attention. I represent the great mother of all, and I send my healing love. I am here to hug and hold you. You can seek comfort in my great arms. I am an umbrella of love and protection. You are a child of the vast universe, and you are precious. I am here to reassure you that all is well and that all is returning to balance. Forgive yourself and allow healing to take place. In time, you can lay down your grievances and forgive others. All acts of forgiveness are really for your own healing. Well, that was deep. And we're going to do just one teaching on Willow. I'm just going to take a minute to bring in some white light, and I'm actually going to bring this white light through my crown chakra. Yeah, I'm going to bring it down through all my chakras. I'm going to push it out through my heart, and I'm going to push it out to you, to those who are watching. So I'm going to take a few minutes here for this energy cleanse. Okay. Willow, willows which by water stand, ease us to the summer land. Salix alba, tree of enchantment, tree of witcheries, 5th month of the Celtic tree calendar, April 15th to May 12th, the 5th consonant of the Ogham alphabet, Sale. Planet moon, element water, symbolism, resonance and harmony, stone, moonstone, birds, hawk, snowy owl, color, silver, deities are Persephone, Hecate, Ceridwen, Artemis, Selene, Luna, Diana, and Brigitte. The Sabbath is Beltane. I am a willow of the wilderness, loving the wind that bent me. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Folk names: Osier, Pussy Willow, Sale, Salicin Willow, Sow Tree, white willow, witch's aspirin, with and withy. And again, this is thegoddesstree.com. Medicinal properties. Willow bark contains salicin or salicylic acid used to make aspirin. Infusions from the bark have long been used as a remedy for colds, rheumatism, and fevers. Willow sap applied to the skin can remedy acne, and a strong decoction of boiling the bark and leaves in water can be rubbed into the scalp for dandruff. Magical properties. New moon magic, creativity, fertility, female rites of passage, inspiration, emotion, binding, love divination, protection, and healing. Also known as a tree of immortality because of its ability to regrow from a fallen branch in moist ground. A wand made from willow wood has many uses. Sleep with it and have more vivid dreams. Use it to draw down the moon. Protection for underworld journeying. Magical brooms. Witches' brooms are traditionally bound with a willow's branch. There once was a willow, and he was very old, and all his leaves fell off from him and left him in the cold. But ere the rude winter could buffet him with snow, they grew upon his hoary head a crop of mistletoe. All wrinkled and furrowed was his old willow skin, his taper finger trembled, and his arms were very thin. 2 round eyes and hollow, that stared but did not see, and sprawling feet that never walked, had this most ancient tree. That is from Juliana Horatia Ewing from The Willow Man. The Faces of Woman's Spirit, a Celtic Oracle of Avalon, by Catherine Torres. Trust all is here and now. Know it. Connect with the hand of Goddess. Let Divine Mother transform you. Be an example in the world. Willow asks you to bend with her into the path of retrieval. Follow the labyrinth trail. Connect with the power of wisdom and the rhythm of your soul, and return to your ordinary world strengthened. You will find that your awareness of your purpose is stronger, and your intent cannot be broken by the spell of someone else's desire. Alone with myself, the trees bend to caress me. The shade hugs my heart. That is by Candy Polgar, and here's a beautiful willow tree. And here is a love spell for love. Take 3 long, supple branches of willow, braid them together, and then fasten it into a circle with pink, red, or white ribbon. Place a picture of the name of the person you love in the center, and then put it next to your bed. That is from Whispers from the Woods by Sandra Kynes. The Celtic Tree Oracle by Liz and Colin Murray. The willow in the tree alphabet stands for the female and lunar rhythms of life. She is water-seeking, thriving from preference on the damp margins of lakes and streams, or across the low-lying water meadows. Water and the tidal movements of the sea are governed by the pull of the moon. The moon, in its monthly rhythms, is female, contrasting with the male sun's daily and yearly turnings. In several ways, the Celts held women in higher regard than we do today. On the material level, women were property owners, and whoever controlled the property controlled the marriage. Women of all types appeared in the Celtic pantheon. The spiritual strength and life-giving qualities given by both female and male recognized equally. There were many colleges of druidesses, learned women and teachers, respected especially for their gifts of seership, often expressed through dreams or night visions. Willow Wife. Heitaro loved the willow tree that grew close to his hut. As the world judged riches, he had none, but the tree was treasure and temple and company enough for him, and each new season of the year seemed more beautiful than the last. When the wind blew through its branches, no music was finer. One day the villagers came with their choppers, claiming they needed the wood to build a bridge. Heitaro offered to find them some other wood if they promised not to touch the willow. He scoured the land and returned with some wood, and the villagers left, leaving the willow unharmed. That night, as the moonlight shimmered on its leaves, he stood beneath the willow branches and gave his thanks to the gods that the tree had been spared. As he prayed, he saw something move in the shadows. He turned for a closer look and saw a beautiful young woman standing there. He bowed and apologized for disturbing her, backing away, believing she was there waiting for her lover. Each night after, she was there waiting for her lover, and Heitaro at last realized that it was he himself she came to be with. They were married, and a child soon followed. Every night they prayed together by the willow tree. One day, the Emperor Toba ordered that a temple to Kwannon, the goddess of mercy, be built by the villagers. They wanted the wood of the willow tree, and this time they would not be convinced otherwise. This made Heitaro very sad. However, he realized how blessed he was with his wife and daughter that he believed he could endure the loss of his willow tree. The villagers began to cut down the willow tree. The willow wife cried out, "Husband, the room is growing dark." She fell to the ground and covered her face with her hands. Heitaro saw her limbs twisting and turning as though to avoid blows. He found he could do nothing to help her. He and his daughter watched as the willow wife lay dying. When the last blow on the tree was struck, he was alone with his daughter. And that was adapted from Myths of the Sacred Tree by Moira Caldecott, and that's based on a Japanese folktale retold by Iyanga Mitsusu and quoted in Main Rand Craighead, The Sign of the Tree, Meditations in Images and Words. Tree Magic by Gillian Kemp. Your fertile inner strength, like that of the willow, is your inexhaustible flexibility to bend around obstacles. Your desires can be woven into shape as the willow's pliable shoots are used to make baskets. Magic wands are made from willow, so what you have in mind has all the magical ingredients for success. You can tell your secret to a willow and make wishes. The male and female catkins, which grow on separate trees, signify a lover's meeting for you. The bright green leaves of spring forecast celebrations, fresh opportunities, and speedy growth. The honey-bearing catkins symbolize the wisdom of spiritual self-improvement and sweet things for you. Willow Fairy. The Fairy Bible by Teresa Mori. The willow fairy can be grumpy and tricky. The hobbits in The Lord of the Rings were lulled to sleep and almost killed by Old Man Willow, and while fairies are rarely so ill-intentioned, the willow fairy is not always kindly. The willow fairy may leave the tree at night and follow travelers, muttering and mumbling, which can be rather frightening to those who do not understand. Willow has profound wisdom to offer, which humans rarely appreciate. It is deeply mystical and in tune with the music of the waters all around the globe. Salicylic acid, which is used to make aspirin, comes from the willow, and the willow elves are associated with knowledge of medicinal herbs and healing. Approached with respect, willow is a wonderful teacher and will whisper to us if we listen. It is important to be still and to understand that human perceptions are shallow. Imagine the questing roots of willow seeking the underground streams that flow to and from the earth-girdling oceans. Nighttime is best to commune with this spirit in meaningful dreams. The Leaf on the Water by Wan Zi from 1007 to 1072. The wind tears a leaf from the willow tree. It falls lightly upon the water, and the waves carry it away. Time has gradually effaced a memory from my heart, and I watch the willow leaf drifting away on the waves. Since I have forgotten her whom I loved, I dreamed the day through in sadness, lying at the water's edge. But the willow leaf floated back under the tree, and it seemed to me that the memory could never be effaced from my heart. Willow Knot Spell from Herb Magic for Beginners by Ellen Dugan. To have your spell wish granted, you are to stand under the graceful branches of the willow on the night of a full moon. Blow a kiss to the moon and state your wish out loud as you gently tie a loose knot in one of the supple branches. Then, while gazing up at the rising moon, repeat this verse. Under the lady's moon, shining so bright, willow tree, hear my request on this night. In this willow tree I now leave a marker. Grant me love and happiness, and bring much laughter. Close the spell with these standard craft lines. By all the power of 3 times 3, and so I will it, so mote it be. The great goddess Flora. Flora is a Roman goddess of flowers, love, youthful pleasure, and spring. Her name means plant life because of her connection to the plants, especially blossoming flowers in spring, which are also symbolic of the human spirit that respects and appreciates beauty itself. The Floralia, a Floralis Ludi, was the 6-day festival in her honor. Fair Flora, now attend thy sportful feast, of which some days I will design have passed, a part in April and a part in May. Thou claim'st and both command my tuneful lay, and as the confines of 2 months are thine, to sing of both, the double task be mine. And that is from the Latin poet Ovid Fasti, verse 185 for Flora. And Beltane, April 30th to May 1st, is the ancient Celtic festival of fire, fertility, and love. At the height of spring, when all of nature bursts into blossom, we celebrate our bodies, the pleasures we can evoke in one another, and the love that we can kindle. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals, says the charge of the goddess. The goddess blesses all forms of love, all the different modes of attraction and deep connection, sexual love of all persuasions, friendship, the love of parent and child, love of trees and flowers and flowing water, love of truth, beauty, and justice. At Beltane, we dance the maypole. The twining ribbons of many colors remind us of the many aspects of love. We light a fire and jump the flame with lovers, friends, circle mates, to bless and cleanse our relationships. We wear wreaths of flowers to celebrate the flourishing life around us. That is by Starhawk and Wee Moon. The poor soul sat sighing by a sycamore tree. Sing, all a green willow, her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee. Sing, willow, willow, willow. And that is William Shakespeare from Othello. Lesson of the Willow from The Wisdom of Trees by Jane Gifford. The watery willow encourages the expression of deeply buried feelings, easing sadness through tears and grieving, and teaching the consequences of love and loss in matters of the heart. The willow reminds us of the need to let go sometimes, to surrender completely to the watery world of the emotions and the subconscious, so that we may be carried toward a deeper understanding of our innermost feelings, towards a better appreciation of our hidden motives and secret fears and desires. Any suppressed and unacknowledged emotions can be a major cause of stress and illness. Through emotional expression and through the sharing of feelings of ecstasy and pain, our ancestors believed they could help heal the human spirit. The willow enables us to realize that within every loss lies the potential for something new. Celtic moon sign, willow moon. The willow seeks out water and is often found near streams or above natural underground wells. Like no other, this tree is associated with the moon in all her phases, and so symbolizes the change of our feelings and moods as time passes. Born under the sign of the willow, you are an instinctive creature. In fact, you often react primarily from your gut response rather than on intellectual information. Watch the rhythm of your moods carefully and pay attention to your dreams. Their symbolism will help you navigate throughout your life. And that was written by Kim Rogers Gallagher and the Wellens Witches Datebook for 2000. Weeping Willow, the melancholy. Beautiful but full of melancholy, attractive, very empathic, loves anything beautiful and tasteful, loves to travel, dreamer, restless, capricious, honest, can be influenced, but is not easy to live with, demanding, good intuition, suffers in love, but finds sometimes an anchoring partner. And this is the Ogham, the Celtic Tree Oracle, by Peter Perkaunik and Andy Baggett. Willow teaches us the lesson of life and death. Endings are just beginnings, and with new growth comes change. Willow helps us to integrate change into our lives and reminds us to allow inspiration to enter our lives at such times. Inspiration can come from the smallest or most unlikely sources, so keep an open mind at all times. Willow is strongly linked with the moon, and you would do well to coordinate your spiritual practice with the phases of the moon. Start new projects on the new moon. Seek inspiration by the light of the full moon, and bring matters to a close at the dark moon. Go with the flow, and all will be well. The willow tree favors damp or watery places and is prolific in its growth. A cut branch, if planted into the ground, will easily root and grow into a new tree. For this reason, the willow is strongly linked to new growth, regeneration, and inspiration. Willow was used in the annual purification ritual of beating the bounds, defining the parish boundary, and the birch twigs of a witch's broom were traditionally bound with willow thongs. It is also sacred to the moon, with willow wands being favored for lunar magic and ritual. It is also thought that placing willow under one's pillow, especially around the full moon, helps promote night visions. The willow is sacred to poets and bards as a tree of inspiration. A tea or incense of willow bark can be used to help connect with the divine feminine energy within each of us, as willow is a strongly feminine tree. Willows whiten, aspens quiver, little breezes dusk and shiver, and that is from The Lady of Shalott by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Lord Alfred Tennyson, the way they wrote that. I release that which no longer serves me. I am at one with my environment. I honor the energy of willow for the lunar rhythms within me as a woman. I will recognize and heed my own body cycles. So mote it be. I just love willow so much. And now it is time for the Witch's Kitchen. Yay! Where would humanity be if it weren't for the healing properties and gifts of plants, flowers, herbs, and trees? Could you imagine a life without aspirin? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Witch's Kitchen? Could you imagine a life on this planet without any medicine? Oh my gosh. I mean, just such an incredible gift that, the earth has given us, this way to treat sickness, treat infection, treat pain. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Witch's Kitchen? Yep, we're right here. No, I keep hearing no. I'm going to shuffle again. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Witch's Kitchen? Okay, here we go. And we have time and courage. A lot of messages today about strength, bravery, courage, even strength like in the battlefield. We had that with Freya. The fairies love to work with time, whilst they cast their spells in rhyme. My gift of courage helps you fight. Stand in your strength and shine bright. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. Wow. Synchronicity is off the charts. We had Freya, all about standing in your strength. We had our Fairy of Sunshine that told us to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows. And again, I'll just read that. The fairies love to work with time, whilst they cast their spells in rhyme. My gift of courage helps you fight. Stand in your strength and shine bright. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. Time's guidance. Resistance is futile as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. Once magic is born within, it can never die. I will support you as you step out of the witchy broom closet and declare to the world who you really are. It is time to burn brightly as you commit to your magical path, no matter the opinions of others. Know that you are safe as you massage in my oil, as the warriors of old did to induce the courage needed for battle. As you face challenges head on, I will reinforce your bravery and strength. Add me to your bathwater or sew me in undergarments to increase vigor. Weave me into your hair to enhance allurement as you face the world. Plucky determination is what's required as you stand up to adversity, fight for your rights, and become the hero of your own story. Recommended recipe: a vapor rub to clear sinuses, colds, and chest infection. Using a double boiler, bring water to a boil and simmer. Add to the inner pan 40 grams of olive oil, 1.5 grams of menthol crystals, and 7.5 grams of beeswax. Once melted, remove from heat and cool. Add in a few drops of thyme, nutmeg, eucalyptus, and sage essential oils. Experiment to find the smell that's right for you. Pour into a jar or tin and allow to set before using. Thyme revealed. Thyme was used as a perfume in Greek temples. European folklore speaks of how to find fairies in patches of wild thyme. Using thyme oil enabled a seer to see fairies at fairy hills. Ladies in the medieval times wore scarves embroidered with a bee and thyme. Oh, and we had the bee come through with our Celtic tree. Okay, so let's move on to our free 5-card tarot reading for today, which is good. It's almost 9 a.m. on the East Coast. And Sam, how are you doing? Were you able to do that meditation? I hope you were able to do that meditation and recharge. Oh, good, Sam. I'm going to change my music real quick. Oh, awesome. Isn't that a wonderful meditation, Sam? It's one of my favorites. Many people don't know this, but meditation is key to all psychic experience, psychic development. It all begins with meditation. In order to connect to spirit, we have to first, oh, well, there you go. That's grandma. Whenever you smell her perfume, absolutely. You're opening up your psychic awareness. Is that your grandma who came through so strongly during our mediumship? Their names were so similar. Avina? Was that her name? Avina? Am I making up that name? Avina? Okay. The one that you went to live with, right? Because she's the one who came through with a lot of love. A lot of love for you. I am not surprised that. Did I say anything to you like, be on the lookout to for more of your spirit loved ones to come in? I don't know if I mentioned that. So that's not uncommon in the mediumship, because you're opening up your own psychic awareness, and connecting. And your loved ones are there all the time. But definitely do those meditations. I'm so sorry that I didn't mention it, but fortunately you just felt drained. The more you meditate, the more you learn how to bring in that white light to ground, protect, and shield. See, a lot of people, especially the media, I'm just going to interject before I do the tarot. If you ever watch like the Discovery, is it Discovery Channel or Travel Channel? A lot of people mistakenly believe that psychic encounter, Albina, okay, or that communication with the spirit realm means something evil and demonic, and we see this all the time. They have the Ouija board out and it's like all full of terror, and the child from beyond is coming, and it's like a horror movie and they're coming to kill you. And that's not mediumship. You have to bring in the white light of protection, because there are like lower level energies that will come to unsuspecting and unprepared people who are just dabbling. But if you use your connecting with God, bring in your white light protection, you're protected, you're communicating with your guardian angels, your spirit guides, they're actually going to keep all of this evil energy away from you. Just like how people in their day-to-day life, focus on blocking out negative toxic energy, they should be, but most people want to focus on that. It's the same thing once you get into mediumship. So this idea, like, all these evil presences have to come through. No, they don't have to come through at all, and they shouldn't be coming through. And that's where the mediumship and setting your intention is so important. And in my experience, it hasn't been that difficult to not only keep them out, but, they can't get to the door at all. Now, when I was untrained, it wasn't like that at all. When I was younger and untrained, I didn't know what I was doing, and it was just like open door for anything to come through, any energy, and that had its consequences. But I have learned a lot in my 53 years on the planet of being a natural born medium. But media doesn't do, especially children and teenagers who aren't prepared for their gifts and aren't being taught their gifts. Media does not help at all. Because everything focuses on this evil demonic realm. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What is your message for us today? And for those watching, this is a free 5-card tarot reading. It is situation, challenge, solution, advice, and outcome. So in this tarot reading, the first card, it represents a situation. And you don't have to ask the question for the situation. Spirit is giving this as a collective message, what the situation is we need to address. The challenge in this tarot reading shows how the situation has become a challenge, a stronghold in our lives. Now, the solution is, for this tarot reading, the solution says how you resolve this situation. But a lot of times, Spirit just speaks in a way that's like kind of grandiose, kind of all-encompassing. Like if the situation was you have like this horrible hateful relationship with somebody, well, the solution might come from Spirit, like the lovers or love, like, okay, yeah, so we hate each other and the solution is love. Right? So like that's very, very big. So the advice comes in as Spirit says, this is how you implement the solution, because it's really hard to just say love is the answer. And the advice card is Spirit's way of saying, this is how I want you to approach this new thought that love is what you need to do. And then we have our outcome card. And this is the fractal, my channel is Fractal Flowers. That's for my fractal art, but I don't just focus on fractal art, as you can tell. But this is the Flower Fairy Tarot deck. It's a beautiful tarot deck. So let's get going here. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What is our situation, challenge, solution, advice, and outcome? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, here is our situation card. Let's see what we're looking at. Today we had a lot of messages about strength, courage, battle, shining your light. So let's see. Ace of Swords. Forget-me-not and memories. Ace of Swords. Very interesting. This could be going in one or two ways, because our oracle part of the reading is talking about memories. That could be the stronghold or the problem. But the Ace of Swords is really about finding all facts, analyzing a situation, overcoming adversity, being very strong to overcome obstacles and challenges. And also there's a sense here of proceeding with truth, seeking justice. So let's get on to our challenge to see what our situation is with our Ace of Swords. Our challenge here is the Fool. And I just want to point out very, very quickly here that we have somebody may be experiencing a little bit of depression. It could be Mercury retrograde, could be coming in. Now, again, this is my teaching stream, and I want to show you a lot of people with the major arcana cards, okay? Remember, the very first major arcana card is not number 1. It's not the Magician. It's 0, the Fool. The Fool is always the beginning, okay? It's new beginnings, new challenges, beginning stages, but I want you to see something. The Fool is the number 0, right? But you can also just think of this as an egg, right? All babies, human babies, begin with a sperm and an egg. Now, here is this baby represented. So we're already seeing a lot of um, symbolism and synchronicity coming through, because our Fool does represent the baby stage of the major arcana. If you're going through the hero's journey, which I love, the Fool's journey or the hero's journey, which is only taking the 22 major arcana cards and telling the story of the human condition through life. The very beginning is the Fool. And this is you are in the womb, you are just born, you are the baby stage, okay? So again, our situation we are looking at here, we have this beautiful little babe. The forget-me-not is our flower, but we're looking at memories. I do have to say, this looks to me like Spirit today is going back to a theme that Spirit was addressing with us. This could be Mercury retrograde. There could be some issues that are coming up of maybe neglect in the early beginning stages, or some sort of abuse. This could be coming through with parents and children, so we will see. But we see that there are some memories here being our situation. Our challenge is the major arcana, which trumps the Ace of Swords. Ace being beginnings, the Fool being beginnings. But we also see our challenge here with the Fool is cheerfulness. Okay? So when we're going through our words, our situation here, we're being haunted by memories. Our challenge, cheerfulness. Okay? This is bringing to me feelings of PTSD from an abusive childhood, feelings of, anxiety, problems. There's abuse here. We're fighting and having some hard times moving forward. That's what I'm getting so far. We'll see if that shifts. Let's go to our solution. Our solution is 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. And we're looking at Marigold, and we're looking at affection. Okay, so how are we getting past these hurtful memories? And just because it's a baby, I'm correlating this, the baby and the Fool, I am correlating this with past childhood, with the memories. But it doesn't have to just be, that there was abuse in your childhood and that's where this situation is coming from. This could be, marriage, relationship. But I would say, if you're going to apply this to a different situation, I would say that the abuse or the hurt, the toxic memories are most likely coming through in the early stage. So if this was like some sort of toxic relationship, then the abuse would have started very early in the dating. Or maybe you got married and then boom, you know, so whatever it is, there's these memories that are plaguing you, holding you back. You're not moving forward. This is your situation. The challenge here, cheerfulness, and this is what I'm saying. If cheerfulness is your challenge, the reverse of that is depression. But the Fool is also when you are full of faith and you take a step out. So I do feel that this is also saying that the memories are holding you back and you can't move forward. You're not taking that leap of faith. Um, and Spirit now is saying our solution here, 2 of Cups, and this is what I was just saying earlier, that a lot of times, if the problem is, oh, well, we hate each other, then Spirit will come in with the solution and say, okay, we'll love each other. And then that's why our advice card is so important, because it's happening again. Okay, so we have these memories. Does feel like there's some abuse. We're suffering with depression, and Spirit is saying, well, the solution is to show love. The solution is to have affection. And with our 2 of Cups, this Spirit is saying, both of you need to work it out, and it's like always just so romanticized. That's what I love about Spirit. It's like nothing's that complicated, right? It's just love. Just love each other and everything's fine. But we're human and we know it don't work like that. 2 people just don't say, oh, okay, well, let's just walk in love. And of course, Spirit is saying, yes, it's that easy. Jesus said it all the time. It's that easy. Just walk in love. Have faith, And but we know it's really not that easy. And even Jesus found out it's not that easy when he was like in the temple cursing and throwing stuff around. Okay, so Spirit is saying we have a problem here. It's between one or two people, and it's time to just work it out and walk in love, show affection. So now we're going to see how Spirit is telling us to do that. And that is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. And I like this, okay? Because the Nine of Swords, we usually see this card with somebody who is dealing with anxiety, depression. They're up all night, they can't sleep. But now Spirit is saying, you know how you're going to do this? You know how you're going to show this affection? By being sensitive. And this is what was coming through earlier today. We had a lot of in the Oracle messages about compassion and empathy. And even our goddess Freya, the message was that even in the battle, she stopped to show this love and this compassion. So Spirit is saying, we have to forgive each other. And yeah, it is hard in the midst of battle to just walk in love. But if we're sensitive to each other, if we open up our heart to try and see things from other people's points of view, that's where the forgiveness is going to come through. So again, it's a beautiful, deep message, but Spirit is telling us to pretty much like lower our guard. I wonder if there's anything coming in about protection, because this is like very, very and just kind of open your heart and forgive. Okay, let me see our outcome. Oh, check this out. Very interesting with all that moon energy that we had coming through today with the willow. The moon is flashing. And look at this. And our outcome is humility. So this is a very different message. Spirit wants us to lower our guards, to open our heart. Many times the messages come through saying, like, put up your guards, put up your boundaries, be protective. But this one's very different. This one is saying, be humble, humble yourself, be sensitive to other people's needs, and show affection, heal these wounds, heal this disconnect through a heart of love. So very, very different message today. Um, for the moon being our outcome and all that we just went through about the moon with the willow, I would say that this is also an admonition from Spirit that it is time for us to really begin our own ritual practices with the moon. Messages today all about female energy, female cycles, rhythm, lunar tides, the willow tree, seeking out that water and that connection to the moon. I love this. I just love this. So we're sensitive, we're hurt, we're dealing with cycles. And Spirit is just saying, open your heart to love, be sensitive to what other people are doing. And that moon, remember today there was also another, another element to the moon that came through, where we had a lot of messages about the moon, connecting to the moon, but also about our own psychicness and intuition and intuitiveness. And that's represented in the moon as well. So, I mean, there you have it. Oh, thank you, Sam. I'm very blessed from today. Very blessed from today's message. So that is it. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. And I'm going to go get a little bit of food. I'm so excited today. I have a huge thing at 1:00 with my energy healing class, training from England and Scotland. And it's going to be this live Zoom session. And I cannot wait. So excited. So I might be able to do another stream before that, but we will see. So again, thank you for being here. Enjoyed this message. I think I'll show all the cards again before I leave. We had the Ruler, Rose de Roy, Olive, Was saying that if you're worn out, to know that your strength is returning. We had life energy from the goddess, the fairy, excuse me, the fairy of sunshine. Let your light shine. But also that beautiful sunlight for healing, renewing your life force, your life energy. Okay, found my goddess card. Then we had Freya, radical acceptance, which also brought through a lot of compassion and love, along with the ruler. Um, Ruling with compassion, ruling with love. So that's represented in our tarot too, that sensitivity. Radical acceptance came through again also without um, fighting life. Don't fight what's happening, but just kind of like trusting spirit, trusting the process, trusting that you're going from, like I like to say, glory to glory. We had Druid holding the space, holding the space. Don't panic. It's Mercury retrograde. Don't go off making any major life changes. Just stay where you are and trust God. Then we have Bob Cat Spirit. Now, this is where we started seeing a lot more of the psychic intuition. Life is a mystery. Follow your intuition, but you don't have to be on this journey trying to find out everything that's happening. This is where we started having some of that moon energy coming through, because the moon represents that mystery. And then we had that as well with our willow tree, lots of moon energy. Again, psychic intuition, magic, mystery. And then we had time coming in for courage, strengthening us in battle. Then we had our 5 card tarot spreader, free tarot reading, our challenge, our situation. The Ace of Swords. Again, I do feel with this little baby here that we are looking back at some memories. But again, memories from childhood, but again, it could be the beginning of anything. Any situation you've had where there was some sort of trauma at the very beginning stage. Forget me not. Spirit is saying that you have memories that have become traumatic or a stronghold, and you're having a hard time letting them go. And our challenge came in with the Fool, also beginning stages, saying you can't move forward. You've lost the ability to take a step of faith. And it seems that there's the challenge here is you've lost your joy, you've lost your happiness, you've lost your spark. Then we had our solution from Spirit, which is always just so nice and sweet. It's okay. 2 of Cups. Just love each other. That's the solution. Just show affection. No fighting. Just show affection. So much easier said than done. And then our advice on that was the 9 of Swords. And Spirit is saying to be sensitive to one another. 9 of Swords tends to mean, that you're up all night, you're worrying, you're full of fear, full of phobias. And the 9 of Swords also has a lot of like the moon energy as well. But because this is our advice, we're not looking into that, what we would see in that card. We're looking at the reverse. How do we implement this love? Well, we're going to be sensitive to one another. Instead of letting all these fears and doubts cloud our mind, we're just going to use that imagination to think of how the other person is feeling. So we can walk with that affection, that sensitivity, and our outcome now is the moon. I would even say that this is also about psychic development, Sam, which it seems like you're really getting into that state. And the Lily of the Valley. Now, I do think if I look up Lily of the Valley, there's metaphysical meanings for that beautiful plant. I know it's been represented in the Bible for purity, and I believe even Jesus. I know Jesus is known as the Rose of Sharon, but I think he's also known as the Lily of the Valley, or maybe the Lily of the Valley. I think that's in the Song of Solomon. Yeah, I think it's also representative of lovers, which would um, go with this 2 of Cups. So there's a lot in here that this could even be between a marriage or a partnership or a relationship, with our Lily of the Valley and our flowers here. So again, the moon energy big throughout this whole entire reading today from Oracle to Tarot. So, again, thank you everybody for being here. God bless you. Spend some time with nature today. Stop and smell the flowers or the lilies of the valley. And I shall see you again tomorrow. God bless you.